Why is it that this district can't seem to learn from its mistakes? How many times do LAUSD students have to pay the price for an elected board that refuses to perform its basic obligations? In 2015, Scott Schmerlson and I ran against an incumbent, Tamar Glasson, who had given free rein to Superintendent John Daisy. As a result, hundreds of millions of dollars were wasted on an ill-fated iPad program, and the district found itself under investigation by the FBI. Then the MISIS program launched before it was ready, creating chaos throughout the district. A judge ruled that as a result of Daisy's incompetence, students suffered severe and persuasive educational deprivation. Glasson's response? I can't remember the last time we got an update on the program, and we don't supervise anyone who works for the superintendent, which is who is running it. In 2018, I fought alongside private citizen Jackie Goldberg as the public complained bitterly when the board majority controlled by the charter school industry hired Austin Buettner behind closed doors in a process that is said to have violated the Brown Act. Predictably, Buettner's stewardship of the district was mostly disastrous, with a tenure that included a teacher strike. This could have been prevented if he had listened to LAUSD parents who shared the goal of lower class sizes, additional librarians, and having a full-time nurse assigned to every school. With the departure of Buettner, Goldberg and Schmerlson had a chance to push for a more open process. Instead, the board hired Carvalho behind closed doors and once again without public input. There are serious questions about whether a thorough background check was even performed. I have heard reports that board resolutions must now pass through Carvalho's office before being submitted. How is this possible? It is your job as elected representatives to set policy for the district. The superintendent is your employee and holds the responsibility for implementing these policies. To give him veto power over the resolution process cuts the stakeholders out of the equation. One of the things the superintendent has done with his unbridled power is to decimate the primary promise literary and numeracy programs, seemingly for no other reason than it was implemented by his predecessor. This is done without a hearing or public discussion by the board. When asked about this action, one board member replied that the superintendent promises to replace it with a different program, though he had no additional details. The lack of oversight and openness is unconscionable when we are talking about a program that benefits students who are not on track to be ready for the world. As you retreat into closed session to evaluate the superintendent, it is time to start asking the tough questions. Why were parents, staff members, and teachers not adequately updated about the computer hack? Did the superintendent bargain in good faith with SEIU 99? Why were labor laws not followed as the calendar was set for next year? Were past acceleration days successful, and are future plans a good use for funds that we have? Why are CTCs and special education centers not receiving the support that they need from district staff? Were the plans for the Arts Passport program properly hashed out before launch? Why is primary promise being decimated? Please go into closed session and talk about these things. The superintendent needs to be evaluated in an honest and open way. Thank you.